out here at State and Lake. So they had a temporary pole that was holding up these cables last night, and the wind knocked it down. So right now they're gonna move some concrete blocks in so they can add guide wires to these poles. They're worried that there's too much weight on these poles, so they're putting up concrete blocks so they can run a guide wire down to them. Anyways, I let the L pass by. So yeah, we're getting ready to see these guys secure these poles because they are just worried about how much weight is on them. So there's the concrete block that they're going to use. He will be closing down traffic in a minute. It is awfully windy out here. So in the winds, we are fixing wind damage. So, man, now that I'm here, I can't exactly remember what the pole looked like here in the center, but there was a better pole up here holding these wires up because that's quite a bit of wires right there. There's Jason, the Bobcat. And these guys got to work. That guy was just yelling something to him. Man, these guys are out here and they're so well seen. Everybody wants to yell something to them. Wow. And cabs here pulling up. Hey, cab driver, he was asking you to slow down. It's hilarious because they hold these signs up and drivers don't pay any attention. It could say stop or slow. If it's slow, they speed past it. If it says stop, they just drive right through it. But we're also here by this hotel, the Wit. So you got all these people coming for the hotel. But I'm sure there's some wind noise coming through. I can't do anything about that. I'm just using my phone. I thought they were going to lift up that concrete block, but they're just pulling it off. I don't know how they're going to place this on the sidewalk, but I was just told that those concrete blocks weigh 5 tons. So that's 10,000 pounds they're trying to move. So this is quite a project here. I might try to go around on the other side. Oh, now there's buses trying to get through. These bus drivers are so nervous. I saw it the other day when they really tightly constrict it. Not all bus drivers are comfortable just driving right through. But man, this is what happens at a construction scene. Have no idea what they're going to have to work on next. I'm going to go around and look at this from the other side.
Here, and it falls down on somebody. Right? This is to make this whole stable. If you lost that,
so I think this guy's from the hotel. He's got a problem with what they're doing.
You want to check where you want to put it?
So this guy, he's from the hotel. He thinks it's gonna be a problem with their business, but these construction workers don't have a choice. These light poles can only handle so much weight, and man, how many lines do they have up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. I don't know. There's at least 7 lines up there. Here, I'll try to zoom in so you can see it here. So that's the bulk of all the lines running all the way across the street. So you can only put so much weight on these poles. This hotel guy just needs to deal with it. I love this guy, man. He's a fancy hotel. He's coming out here. What are you doing? Bro, get back in your hotel and let these construction workers work. I don't know. This is quite a bit of activity out here. I can't believe people want to sit in their apartments all day by themselves. Dude, this is real action out here, you guys. I love the fact that this hotel guy is out here upset. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, I got you. Good. Come down.
So now he's got to come around and pick it up from the other side. It's way too heavy to climb the curb in that Bobcat. You guys, I don't know if you can see things blowing away. It is windy as can be today. He's going around coming on the crosswalk. This is my friend Jason doing this work. He is very dedicated to this site. I don't know, is this anything anybody wants to watch on YouTube? I'm just fascinated by all of this stuff. I think I'm getting ready to be in the freaking way here. This person is leaving here. They just got in. God, man. 10,000 pounds swinging right there. That's a 10,000 pound block of concrete. Now, it's kind of gusty today, so I'm sure you can hear at times there's no. So protect the sidewalk. They have to put that wood down. But this is all because of the wind today, you guys. They're attaching a guide wire to this. That's Karen. Just a Bobcat on a downtown Chicago sidewalk, right behind the bus stop. So if you notice here, the wires are coming in from here and here. So they have to brace it back this direction to pull back on both the wires. A lot of people would think you'd need to be behind it or something, but no, it needs to pull back both wires. So this gentleman is up here putting this guide wire to... Oh my gosh, I thought there was two people up there for a second. So yes, he is attaching this wire to the post so they can pull it back. So I don't exactly know. Well, I guess we'll just watch here. He's got something to connect.
We were 294.
Ah, okay. So this guy just told me they were supposed to be on 294, so they got called off of a job site to come do these temporary repairs, but these poles could possibly be toppled in the wind because they're holding up so much weight, and the wind, gosh, if that comes through harder, it will add too much weight. It'll just topple them. So it looks like he's wrapping it around a few times. And again, I just find this interesting, so I like to see what's going on, but this wind, it does nothing but cause problems. So now they're out there fixing this, a problem with the wind, but it looks like maybe they should have had something on these poles from the beginning. Because that it's just, these are old light posts. They are steel, but steel breaks. So now I should be clamping them there. But because it's the way it's wrapped around, you won't be putting as much pressure on the clamp because it's the way it's wrapped around. But as soon as he clamps this up there, then they'll be able to put tension on it and tie it to that concrete block. Okay, right there he's going, clamping that wire together. That's like utility line wire. So it looks like the wire you'd see on a telephone post. But you see there he's trying to tighten it a little bit. These guys are cutting off this post. Probably cutting into an angle, in it so they can push the wire. But I don't know. It's out here on State Street. I'm a process guy, so I just like to see how things are done. But you see them there, making sure it's wrapped around good. I don't know, some of this is a little bit long. Maybe I don't need to put all of this on YouTube, but this is the process. So, okay, so he wraps it all the way around. I think construction is amazing. We all live in a built environment. A lot of people just take it for granted. We go in and out of buildings, but the process to build the buildings and to maintain the buildings is amazing. So this is part of a construction project, but it's not necessarily construction. It's just fixing a problem. So that's the thing about construction sites. They don't always get to move forward on the project. You have to spend some decent time fixing all the things that have gone wrong. So I'll pull it back and look at these guys here on this. Okay, so I just heard that guy up there yell down to this gentleman to pull it straight down. So I'd say we're getting nearer and nearer to getting this completely secure to the pole. But I'll bring it back in a second. This is all being done by Aldridge Electric. I have not seen them on the site, but this is electric work, so they're here. But again, State and Lake, just a hub of activity. Okay, so he's got the clamp on there. Now he's going to slide it closer to the pole so it's all tight. But that's how the wires clamp together. Now he's got to tighten it. So that's wrapped around the pole and then clamped together, so now they can put weight on that and pull back against the pole. So I'm going to be pulling back on this lamp post. Yes. Hey, is that called? That doesn't look like the come-alongs I'm used to, but what would be the name of that device they're using there? Is that still called a come-along? What? Yeah. I've never used a come-along like that. I've used more of just the ratchet style come-alongs. So they're gonna put this wire up here, and to make sure that it is pulling back enough on this wire, they have to use this come along to give it the tension that it needs. So right now we're just watching these guys mess around with this guide wire and try to get it up there. Just trying to temporary repairs. This is temporary fixes, and these guys came in from another site to be here today, so, but if you see, they have to put that piece on there because then this is work. I grew up in Missouri. I've actually been around stuff like this my entire life. I had to help my dad build a fence when I was a kid. Like, this is all the work that you have to do to get tension on wires. I know this is just like such a simple thing. Maybe a lot of people haven't seen it. So this is a ratchet style come along. Normally the ones that I've used have had longer handles, but all that's doing is just getting tension. So there's cutting the cable. There's taking away the cable they don't need. Oh. This is guide wire. So now they have the tension. The tension is there with the come along. So now they have to feed the wire through and then release the come along. This is all pretty neat stuff. I assume a lot of people have never seen this type of work, but again, I helped my dad build a fence when I was a kid. So, and then I'm from Missouri, where you're doing a lot of work out in the country. I just actually used a come along in Missouri less than a month ago. So I don't know, I'm from Missouri in the country, and so you see how that works. So they released the come along, and now all of the tension is on the wire. So this is pulling back on this post to offset the weight of the cables. So this is pretty important temporary work here. So of course you have to put the plastic sheeting over the wire down low where anybody would touch it. That's just a safety thing. I wasn't planning on documenting all of this. I was just coming down to see what was happening today, and then this happened. So it's pretty incredible temporary work though. So anyways, you guys, this is looking very professional. This guy gets a kick. Dude, this guy, 24 years old out here, man. 24 years old. This guy's probably gonna have a pretty good life getting in at 24 years old with this electric company. Probably will be doing lots of union work in his life. Are you guys union? Of course, they're union. This is the city of Chicago. This is a very proud union town. So a lot of the work you see is union. And yes, that costs more money, but by having it under a union, it's got a lot more protections and insurance of proper work being done. If it's not union, a lot of people think that there are too many shortcuts taken to save money and time. Chicago prides itself on its union work. Yes, this is pretty amazing work, but I'm just out here documenting this. I don't know. This is way longer of a project than I was wanting to get into today. They have to put one up on the other side, but I don't know. If I documented this one, surely it's good enough. But you guys, it's cloudy, but man, that sun just keeps popping through. This is a really incredible day out here. But so amazing to watch these guys at work. Even that young 24-year-old kid, he has no idea how much I respect the work he's doing. They just think I'm some YouTuber out here. But this is documenting history. To look back at this someday and think about all the temporary work that was needed out here for this L modernization project. So right there is where the L used to stand. L station used to stand in front of that Chicago theater sign. But this is a huge project. Downtown Chicago is nothing but a construction site.